Find out who you are and do it on purpose. I'm Anthony from Pittsburgh Fit, and I'm gonna take you through your HIIT at home workout. We're gonna start with our warm up here. We have 2 rounds of 10 knee push-ups. Erica's gonna demonstrate for me. She's gonna put her hands flat on the floor. She's gonna drop her knees down. Her heels are gonna be bent so that they're touching her glutes. And then from here, she's just gonna lower her chest all the way down to the floor. She's gonna relax at the bottom and then press herself back up. These aren't up and down reps. You're gonna go all the way down, totally relax your arms, and then press back up. Exhaling every time. Now, our second exercise, she's gonna stand on up. We have a squat with a 3-second hold. So 10 reps, that means it should take you at least 30 seconds. Drop down into a nice solid squat. Her feet are slightly outside her hips. She's gonna pause down there and stand right back up. So 3 seconds is a long time. Drop down, hold 3, 2, 1, and stand back up. Our last part of this first part of the warm-up is going to be a Sun Salutation. There's a lot of steps involved, so hang on with us. First things first, reach up. You're gonna look up at your hands, let your hips drift forward. Now, her hands are gonna go right down to the floor. She's gonna kick one leg back into a lunge. The other leg's gonna follow. Her hips are gonna drop down into a seal or a cobra. Then her hips are gonna come back up into a downward dog. Then she's gonna step forward and stand back up. That's 1 rep. You're gonna go through that pattern 5 times. All right, now on to our second part of the warm-up. We have 2 rounds of 10 max height jumps. So she's gonna slide her feet closer together, make sure she has plenty of room, including a nice high ceiling. She's gonna swing her arms behind and jump as high as she can. She's got 10 reps where the goal is to land nice and soft. I'm not really worried about speed of how many you can do how quickly. I want you to really jump and reach as high as you can. The next move we're gonna do is a light ground to overhead. We got this backpack. You can use dumbbells, you can use a plate. She's gonna grab either side of that backpack with those handles under her thumbs so that they don't go flying. She's gonna pull it all the way up and overhead, punch it out straight, and lower it back down to the ground. Give me 2 more. As you can see, the weight accelerates from the ground and it speeds up overhead. Good, relax, thank you. The last part of the warm-up is gonna be a 200-meter run or 30 single leg pogo hops. So she's gonna do a single leg pogo hop. She's gonna stay right in place, gonna try and move those things up and down. She's showing good control because she's staying within the same area. She's not jumping too high, but you wanna pretend like you're running. So you can put your arms at your sides, have a good position to get going. All right, now that we're done the warm-up, time to move on to the workout. This workout has some running in it. If you don't want to run, we can replace it with jump rope, biking, or you can do 30 and 30 pogo hops on each leg 2 times. So 400-meter run, that's what we're going to start with. You can do 2 laps around your block, or you can run for about 75 seconds. Then we move on to 20 up downs. Now we're going to do the up downs with a backpack. So she's going to step up to that backpack. It's going to be between her legs. Her hands go to the floor. She kicks back, comes right back in, grabs that backpack, and just stands up. Her arms stay straight in the entire motion. Kick out, kick right back in, and stand up. You have 20 backpack up downs. Now, after that, you're gonna pick that backpack up. You're gonna give it a hug against your chest. I don't want you to put it in the straps because I wanna make sure you're using your arm muscles. We're gonna do 30 front squats right in this position. Since we practiced these in the warm-up, you guys know the perfect position to do them. Her hips sink down until they're slightly lower than her knees. Her heels stay nice and planted, and her chest stays up nice and tall. Good, relax. Then we have a 400-meter run again. You can do bike, run, swim, row. You can do 30 single leg hops. We want you to do something to get your heart rate up a little bit. Then we finish the workout with 20 backpack cleans. Again, she's gonna put that backpack between her legs, pull it up to her chest, and drop down into a squat and stand back up. Every time it goes to the ground, to the chest, to a full squat, to a stand. The last movement in this workout is ground to overhead. She's not taking any rest because Erica's in super good shape. She's gonna touch the ground and whip that thing all the way up and overhead. Good, you finish with 20 backpack ground to overhead and relax. The idea here is this workout takes you about 15 minutes to go through the whole thing. If you go a little longer, that's totally fine with me. Now, we got a nice cool down in place for you. We're getting this weight out of the way. We call it flow stretching. What I want you to do is set your phone timer for 3 to 5 minutes. 5 minutes if you're feeling extra tight, 3 minutes if you're a little tight on time. We have a couple different positions that you're gonna oscillate between. We're gonna start with an upward dog or a cobra. So her hands are gonna go down to the floor. She's in a push-up position. Her hips go down, She's gonna hold for about 1 breath, then her hips come right back up to release her from the tension of that position. She's gonna go back down into the upward dog, 1 breath, back up. The idea is you do 3 to 5 reps in each position. This is slow. The idea is you move into that position, feel a little stretch, then you move out of it. Now, from the upward dog, we're gonna go immediately into the downward dog. She did 5 reps. She pushes her shoulders back, takes a deep breath, and then releases the tension back into a plank. 1 more for me. Her heels are not touching the ground. She's staying in a nice, solid position. Now from here, she's gonna drop her knees down to the ground. We're gonna oscillate between cat and cow. So she's gonna arch her back. She's gonna push that floor really far away from her. You can see this nice big curve, and then we're gonna go the other way. Chest down, head comes up. Again, this isn't a super comfortable position. We're just moving through, breathing, and moving back into that next position. Now the next stretch is gonna be a child's pose. She's gonna leave her knees on the ground, slide her hands a little bit further out, then she's gonna sink her hips to her heels. Then come back to the front, let those shoulders loosen up, sink those hips to the heels again. Good, the last one is gonna be a straddle. So her hands are gonna stay where they are, her knees are gonna spread far apart. The first part of the move is driving the hips forward, letting those hips come down to the floor as far as they go, but the feet need to stay. Then we're gonna sit back through that straddle until our hips and heels come in contact. The focus is on the groin. Thank you, Erica, relax. So the idea is you set the timer for 5 minutes, you go through that pattern with 3 to 5 reps at each position, and you should feel a little bit more refreshed than when you started. Looking forward to the workout, guys. Have a great one.